Okay. See if anybody turns up. Okay. Pardon me. Sorry. Hey, afternoon, guys. I don't usually do late afternoon lives. But there's quite a few people doing a live today, and I just thought I'd give a quick one. Do a quick one. See if there's anybody about. Anybody want to chat? And see what the yeah. And hey, so afternoon or like firstly, the title of this live is grief and how do we handle it. As people may know, I've had a friend of mine who recently passed away. I've also had an aunt pass away these last couple of months too. So it's not been a good. It's not been a good quarter of the year, or what's left of the year now. Um, my aunt passed away of a heart failure or heart attack, I think, and my friend passed. Who looked like he passed away of cancer in hospital. I thought it would be wise for me to get drunk. Uh, Not so wise now thinking about it. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, but it's what I needed to do. And it's how we deal with the situations. It's how I dealt with it. I felt the need to drink. Maybe not the wisest of moves, but we've all been there. Well, some have not, but I felt the need to. Sorry, I'm just getting rid of some stuff there. I felt the need to get drunk. I felt the need to. It was my way of getting the stress over with. Maybe not the wisest choices, especially when you wake up and you need to recover. But how else do we deal with it? It's just a hard question. We all in life have to deal with grief. We will do. Anybody says they don't is lying to you. And it's how we deal with it that either makes it go or it stays with us. I can still remember the day when my mum we had to turn off the machine for my mum. We got told to by the hospital. They told us if we didn't turn the machine off, we would get taken to court. So we had to turn off the machine. And I still remember having to watch my mum pass, lay in that hospital bed for 5.5 hours before she eventually passed. That has remained with me to this day. I've lost friends. I've had a person. Hey, thank you, Hoss. You're very, very welcome. Very welcome there. Like I said, I've had to attend a friend's funeral who got knocked down in London. I've had to go to a child's funeral. It's one thing you should never have to go to in your life. Is a child's funeral. It is heartbreaking. I've had to go to my mum's, my great aunts, my grands, and my aunt now, and may have to go to my friend. But how do we deal with it all? Is it finding an outlet important? Is just brushing it underneath the table? Some people do that. Some people cover up their grief with laughter and happiness, and they look like they're happy inside, but they could be breaking down. They really could be breaking down. There, you don't know. You don't know how they feel. Some people just want to be loved. Some people just want to be left alone. And it's all these things and how we deal with this subject. Now, I'm probably not the best guy in the world. for chatting or for orating. Maybe I'm not. I'm not. But I do have experience in these things. I have probably done most of these things than myself to hide the hurt and pain. You know, it's like I said, it's quite. It was easy for me to sink a bottle of whiskey that other night than to face up with the realities that would happen. It's your psyche that does it. Either you want to do something reckless, or you just want to sit there and just curl up and just watch the world pass you by. You know, um, damn, sometimes it's even harder talking about it. You know, it is one of the, like I said, it's one of the things we do have to experience. Everybody's got to experience it. We need to learn. We need to learn how to handle it. And nobody can fault anybody for the way they handle grief. Nobody can fault it. If you want to get drunk, get drunk. It's a way of dealing with it. You know, you know it's going to be there the next day, but you just don't care. You just want to sit back and sorry, I'm fine. Okay, 1 second. Right, I'll answer that in a minute. Yeah, it's just sorry about that. It just knocked me off my train of thought. Um, I got to where I was. Hold, give me 1 second, please. Yeah, it's all how we deal with it. If you want to get drunk, get drunk. If you want to lash out, because it's only going to eat you up inside. It will destroy you if you don't do it. Hey, Angel. Good morning, mate. I hope you're well. You know, it's going to destroy you, and it's going to eat you up if you don't do something about it. Now, I'm going to put the link on here. If anybody wants to come and chat about this, you're very welcome to. I know I don't have that many people in, but you know, the night day is still young, so we'll see. And sometimes it's better with two people talking anyway. So there you go. I put this up there. If you give me 1 second. I hate when people message me. Yeah, so yeah, I mean that could be one way too. Is we we all shall pass. It's how we define ourselves in our life right now, how we present ourselves, how we do things. Let me sorry, just I had a long Facebook message and it threw me off a bit. Yeah, it's but we all shall pass. We all shall become a memory. Then that our memory will fade, and it's how we do ourselves now in this life. Yeah, that is the most important thing. How we present ourselves and how we talk to people. How and how we deal with people. I I just found this one particularly hard the other day because I knew him when I was a kitchen porter, and he was just a chef, and he's only a couple of years older than me too. And I knew him when he was my head chef, and I was a commie chef, and later became his pastry chef. And we used to go out as a group of guys, chefs together. We used to go out on the town and we'd have a drink and we'd get lashed up and we'd just have a good time. And I did lose contact with him. Damn, that buzzing. I really need a new laptop. But I knew him as a person, and sometimes he'd phone me up and we would have this chat and good laugh. And he said, "I'll come round and visit you one day." And I didn't know if he was that ill. And yeah, it got to me. I haven't felt like that for ages, you know? I'm good when I look and feel better. It does end corner. It really does. Hey Liliana, I hope you're well. Hope you had a good sleep or something to eat or something after today. But yeah, I could just remember being in the kitchen. We used to work in the army camps together, and we'd both be working in the main kitchen, and I'd be in the pastry cooking the sweets and desserts and whatever, and he'd be in the office doing paperwork, then going out and into the kitchen and doing work there. It's just having an amazing time, you know. Um, you're very welcome, Liliana. Thank you. It was really good fun. I enjoyed myself. I could just remember seeing him being there, and I could still see him there in the kitchen. And and when I phoned him, when he used to phone me up, I could hear his Manchester accent, and we just have a end up loving and laugh together about old times. It's it's sad that he won't be there, and laughing does help. Yeah, it does help, but sometimes there's sadness behind the laughter too. It's just I was in the kitchen today, and it just hit me, and I don't know why it hit me, but it just did, knowing that he won't be there. I mean, he didn't talk that much, but just knowing that he was there was something. If people can understand, and now he's gone. It also is part of yourself that's gone too. It sounds strange, but it's part of yourself because you know you can't have that moment again. Um, yeah, just things can be. It's just amazing how you can be laughing one minute, and next thing you know, you can be straight back down. It's just weird what grief and everything else does to you. It is. I'm going to put this link on. Yeah, I get that with my dad sometimes. Some of the things he used to say, he used to do at random. Yeah, no, yeah. I remember having the same things. I can remember having arguments with my mum. I can remember having a laugh. I mean, I used to come back home from the nightclubs and I'd have some chicken, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd go, "Mum, I've got some chicken for you." And she goes, "I don't want bloody chicken. It's 2 o'clock in the morning." But I said, I've got it for you." And yeah, I just remember things like that. And the things that she used to say, you used to go to the pub. I said, "I'm going to the pub." And she goes, "What are you going to the pub for?" I said, "Jesus Christ, woman, I'm going to the pub for a drink. What do you think I'm going there for?" You know? Um, yeah, things like that. Oh, You know, it's a good thing to talk about, Lilia, to be quite honest. It really is a good thing to talk about. It lets things out, you know. You don't yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember one time my mum used to complain. I used to say, "You'll never buy anything from the pub." So I was so drunk, I came back and I brought a 4 pack of tuna. I tucked it out and I said, "Well, don't say nothing. I didn't buy you nothing from the pub." When I came back downstairs, I was like, "Did I chuck some tuna at you?" She goes, "Yeah." So I'm really sorry. She goes, "Don't worry, I like the tuna." But we all memories, and I'm not able to do that again. Not that I would do it again. It's, as I said to someone yesterday, I'd do anything just to hear my mum's voice just for one more day. It would mean so much. I'd do anything to hear my mate's voice just for one day. Just I never knew you was ill, and I just say just to say, all right, Dave. And I wish I would have. See, the thing is, I wish I'd have stayed in contact with him more. I wish I would have phoned him up every week and said, "How you doing? How you doing?" That's not. I just you can't turn back the hands of time, can you? You can't do this at all. It is. I don't know. I wish I had all the answers. Really. The link is there if anybody wants to come up and chat. There you go. Life gets harder as you get older. It's it does get more difficult. You lose more people. You lose friends. I don't mean you lose friends through death, but you just lose friends because you move on. You go do different things. You drift apart. I've lost so many friends because I've drifted apart from people. I've lost people that I could have loved. Oh, I should have said, just do you want to come out for me for a drink? It's about taking about each day now and working it and working it. And it's very hard to say that we should take each day as it is our last. Sounds corny, but maybe it's true. Maybe we should. Maybe we should go out and just do what we want and just enjoy ourselves. You know, because being stuck behind a computer screen, being stuck on panels where people just talk crap, being stuck on YouTube, just watching minute shorts, being stuck on any type of screen and they're not enjoying your life. It's not good for us. We need to try to do something. And I'm a terrible one. I am a terrible one for staying in. And I know I sound hypocritical, but maybe people should just people who you've got more of life that should go out and do it. And it is carpe diem. Yeah. People call me boring. I don't care if people call me boring. I have not led a boring life. I have travelled up and down this country. I have I've seen things that other people haven't. I have fired weaponry. I have hitchhiked. It took me 27 days. I've been done camping. I can wild camp, and I know how to look after myself. I can cook. I can clean. I can sew. I can iron. I've done lots of things. Hey, Flaky, how you doing? I've done lots of things. I have seen things too. I've done it. I've done it all. I have travelled. I've worked in places. I've worked on an island. I've worked in a forest. I have worked in villages that are stuck in the middle of nowhere. I have led a interesting life. Right now, I'm going back to school. I'm taking a university degree. I've got a qualification that's the equivalent to an HND. I've got my diploma of higher education. I'm on my way now to to get my degree in history. You know, this is not boring things. These are things that people could quite easily do. And anybody says that to me can just go and run and jump off that very short pier. Nobody's got no right to tell anybody. And I'm tired of all these trolls. They think they're better. They think they can tell you what to do. Oh, stupid computer. And it does get. And who made them? Honest to God, who made them the internet police? Who went up and said to them, oh, it's your job to police the internet? Oh, thank you. I'll go and do that. Nobody. What we should be doing is calling out people who are trolling. Yeah, we should be calling out the people that are trolling. If we catch them, it doesn't matter if it's a year ago or 2 years ago. They're hiding behind their own posture. They're pretending that it doesn't really matter. These people who have done all of these have actually hurt people. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter. Oh, it's just an internet thing. No, no, it is not. And this is what not going to say much about it now. But this is what my live is going to be on Tuesday. Who cares how many subscribers you've got? How many people watch your lives? How many people do this? How many people do that? Who gives a damn? Really, who does? Hey, Sue. Hope you're well. Thank you. Well, good seeing you up here, my babe. Who does? Yes. Yes. And they'll sit there and they'll go over your channel. They'll go saying, oh, your channel's boring. Well, okay then. It was boring. I can say my channel's got 2,100 subscribers, and a person's saying your channel's boring has only got 300 odd. Well, whippy. Well done. You know, how we act over here, how we act on YouTube. Oh, Smitty's live too. Didn't know that. How we act on YouTube, I think, is how we act in real life. Exactly. I am proudly. I've done all the shit that I've needed to do. I've been in front of a bar and snorted tequila. I have been in front of a bar and sank a full bottle of Sambuca. I have drunk 2 bottles of Jack Daniels in one night. I don't need to be exciting anymore. I have done that. I've had weekend benders where I've been out to the nightclub in my hometown on the Friday, and by the Saturday, I'm off halfway up the country in Leeds. And next thing you know, I'm back down from Leeds and paintballing afterwards. I have been there and done that. I don't need to prove how exciting my life is anymore. I'd rather sit back, have a cup of tea and a couple of knobs, which are biscuits, by the way. They're good for dunking. If you look at British biscuits, type in hobnobs. Fantastic. When you get to a certain time, you don't want to be one of these good things, but you just been seen there and done it all. You know, you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. I don't need to prove myself to somebody living a fucking cross from 3,000 miles away. People don't need to prove themselves to me by doing that same thing too. You just don't need it now. You know, we we don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore. What we need to do is define people by our own actions. How we work the now. Don't hide from the past, but learn from it. That's the way I see it. Is we need to do this. I, sorry, that did make me laugh. It just reminds me of I think it's a joke. Yeah, it's one of these written myths that you hear by an old British guy going to France, and they say to him, "Have you got a passport?" And he goes, "No." He said, "Well, you need to have a passport to come over here." And he goes, "Well, I didn't need a passport in the 1944 when I landed on those beaches to come and rescue you." You know, it's how we define ourselves now. Learn from the past. If you've done something wrong in the past, apologize for it, but make sure it doesn't happen again. Don't go around hiding behind people because that ain't gonna work. You haven't. How you gonna know what you've done? Don't lie, and also don't lie about things. We all know when people are lying. You know. I won't put the thing on again. StreamYard again. It gets people coming in. I know I should really copy and paste it, people, but I want to make sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that joke. um, that's actually a good one too. I do like that. Oh, I'm lost for thoughts now. See, this is if someone was here, it'd be good. But I just done this on a cuff because I need to just. It's a good way of me get out my feelings. I mean, if I talk to a wall wouldn't listen. If I talk to you guys, at least you're listening to some extent while people keep on dropping on and off. It is easier, and it's also good to get some feedback in the chat. So after that little spurge, what is the best ways? Going back to the original subject, what is the best ways of getting grief? How do we get rid of it? There's also some people who choose to forget the person existed. It is M corner. It is because if I didn't spurge and had a lot of rage, I could really hurt somebody because I'm a big guy and I don't want to hurt people. I don't. It's not my thing. I don't do fighting. I don't do hurting. I don't do fighting. You know. So if there's anybody out there listening, out in the bushes, just how do you deal with your grief? I think Reed has got before this. I think that's very good. Not greed, grief, mate. Grief, not greed. Um, how do you deal with that's what the title says, M Corner. Read the title. I think you have to sit back and experience to get through it. I think it takes time to get past the worst of it. Yes, yes, I get that, Liz. I get that. People do turn to religion. People turn to God, believing in a eternal being. You know, that's a good thing too. It helps. It does help. It has helped people. I remember when my mum was in hospital, I went to the hospital chapel and I sat there and prayed. I sat there for at least a couple of hours, and yeah. Oh, seriously, just think what the world was like when he was alive, and I compare it to mine. So totally different. But is it really? You know, you have to look at. I don't think it's that different, to be quite honest. I think the way of life is different, but the world, taking the bare bones, putting it to the bare bones, well, it's not that different. Not that different there. Yeah, the more things change, the more they do stay the same. They're very true, you know. But I'd like to talk about the grief and the religion too. Praying to a god or praying to a spirit or sitting and meditating has helped so many people. Human nature does stay the same. It's really helped so many people there. It's helped people the way they talk and how they cope with it. They know that people are theirs. There's someone. I mean, I can say I last dreamt I really had of my mother. I was in this really white corridor, and my mother was there, and this corridor was so beautiful. It really was a beautiful white, and there was a phone, and she was picking up the phone. I can remember the phone, and the phone was white too, but it had the black. There was a. Do you remember the touch? The touch. The just like a table phone with the buttons you press. It was that, and the buttons were black, and the numbers were white. And she was there, and she was phoning, and I remember going up to her, and I said, I called her Wilma, and I went, Wilma, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm trying to phone my sister Lynn. And I went, all right, yeah, okay, but you can't. She goes, but I only really need to talk to her. And I went, oh, you really can't. And she goes, but Paul, I need to talk to her. And I went, Mum, you can't. You're dead. You passed away. You've gone. And she looked at me and she was a bit sad. And she said, okay. And she walked up this corridor and it was into this light. And that's when I woke up. It's so maybe there is such a thing up there. Maybe there is something there. I'm not going to knock anybody for religion. If they believe in Allah, if they believe in God, if they believe in Muhammad, if they believe in so many deities, I'm not going to do it. It's their belief. I'm not going to. The only thing I'm going to knock is how they act. Even Christian, they say some Christians act as abhorrent, disgusting. They say I'm a good Christian, yet they're one of the most terrible people in the world. You know, it is just shocking, and how they claim to follow a person who was in the Mount of Olives when a Roman came up and tried to arrest him, and one of the disciples chopped off this ear, and the guy picked the ear up and he put it back in his head, and supposedly healed him. And people like, but I thought of this guy. Look at me, and yet they're disparaging other people. They're hitting other people. They're doing all sorts. You can't. That's not the. Then you're not believing a single word that guy said, because all that guy would said is love one another. You know. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. I thought I had somebody shouting my name out. So yeah, like I said, how can people say they follow this guy when they teach about love, and yet they go do crass, horrible things to people? You know. Sorry. Fundamentals pervert them as we have people doing that too of our laws lately. Yeah, yeah, they have. Yeah, you can't worship. I believe that. You know, I've seen Mormons. Like I said, I used to be a Mormon, and I've seen Mormons at the time when people, the church, need to be together, and they don't. They're supposed to. I've had an argument with the Mormon church itself about this, and I've made them apologize for the way they've acted too. See, when Mormon funerals happen, the whole church is supposed to turn up. When my mum's funeral happened, because my mum was a Mormon, they closed off half the church, and it was one of the I can't remember. It wasn't the bishop who took the funeral. It was somebody else. And when I spoke to this Mormon bloke one day online, he was going. I told him what happened, and he went, "Oh, this." I said, "No. What would God do? What would Jesus do?" I said, "Isn't the bishop supposed to be the shepherd of the church, supposed to look after his flock? We are his flock." And he went, "Yes." I said, "He didn't turn up." Yeah. Would that what Jesus done? And he went, no. And I said, no. Again, is that what Jesus would have done? And he went, no, Jesus would have done that. And I'm sorry your family got treated like that. I said, exactly. Don't call yourself Christians if you're not going to do anything that man said. That man gave up his life for all of mankind. I think he would approve, Lillian. I think he would. But I love Spike. He's a good guy. Can't do accents though. Can't do accents. He needs to stop doing the accents and stick to the music. But again, I made them apologise for the way it happened. I'm going to say this again. If you're not going to follow the preachings of the man who gave up his life so we can all, so we all can transgress our sins, then don't call yourself a Christian. Yes, exactly. They do. They do. One time when I was at the Mormon church, what made me step away was I was in the middle of this Sunday school class, and it was a stake president who jumped up and he said, "Now the stake president, if you don't know any more, the stake president is in charge of like the different churches in the area." He jumped up and said, "If you do not pay your tithe towards the church, you'll be set in hellfire and damnation. Now, considering I was already hungovered up anyway, and I couldn't be dealing with any BS, I just went, "Oh God, I'm tired of this." Got up and walked out and walked home. I don't want to be part of this. Nobody should have to say that to anybody. That's not a prerequisite of Jesus, is it? Sorry. It's amazing how you want to start off just with some one simple thing, and then you go off in a tangent. And I've been going off in a tangent. I have been. We'll try to get back. But that's the thing about religion, and that's the thing that I won't turn to anymore to handle grief. I can't stand here hypocrisy of people who pretend to follow the man who was all about love and peace and kindness. I can't stand hypocrisy because you see them and they act totally different out in public. It is just wrong. Be yourself. Be who you want. Um, exactly. If you believe in God, that is fair play to you. If you love God, that is fair play. If you love Jesus, I believe Jesus and God are two totally different people. That is just my own feeling. But if you believe in that, believe in that. Try to act like it. So grief, a religion and grief is not a thing for me. I tried to work it out of a bottle of whiskey. It did not work out. So if I upset anybody, I do apologise. If I sounded hypocritical, I do apologise. I I'm being honest now. After today, I'm trying to distance myself away from other channels. Not because they've done anything bad to me. Is I'm trying to concentrate on my own brand. I want to bring back the discussion part of this. I I'm gonna try to break away from most of it. I will be in some places. Some places still see me, but mostly won't be. I'll be in the chat area, or I'll just listen and for a wee bit and just give them thumbs like and just go. I'm getting, I'm just getting tired of all of it. I'm getting tired now. It's hey night Wolf. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. It does get, it does get tiring, doesn't it? You see, I've never experienced anything like Facebook, like this side of Facebook. You know, and yeah, it is very much so getting tedious. This is not just Gen 8. I mean, I do like going on here. I just feel I need to break away from some places, and I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody. Yeah, yeah, mate. It is like a bar. They've been so many places. Mind you, if this is the bar in so many places, somebody would have got hit by now. Somebody would have. Um, I'm going to try to concentrate in my channel and run it as my business. I don't care what people say about me. I really don't give two monkeys. This is my own thing. I'll defend my business and I'll do what I want with this. This is my pace, my little thing, and nobody will tell me what to do with it. Nobody will tell me how to act. Nobody will tell me what to say or who to have or not to have on my channel. If I want the worst on my channel, I'll bring the worst. If I want the best on my channel, I'll bring the best. This is the thing now. I'm going to try to bring on discussion parts of this. And we're going to try to bring back monthly discussions, not weekly, monthly. And we're going to try to do a little bit more to this and promote this as much as I can. Do you know what I loved? What people don't know about me, I can actually copy art. I'm really good at copy art. There, I can draw. I got told I should have went to art college when I was in my 20. When I was in, yeah, I was 20 that time, 2021. I got told I should have went to art college. I could basically draw. And plus, with my job, I used to be a chef, so you got to have some artistic ability to be a chef, to be quite honest, because you got to know how to plate and how to frame a meal. It's all right cooking a meal, but can you frame it? Can you put it on the plate and make it look presentable? But well, that's good, mate. Thank you, mate. I don't back down to anybody too. I laugh at them when they try to say things about me. They think it's really going to bother you that somebody from, like, say 3,000 to 4,000 miles away from you dislikes you. Oh well, my life is, oh no, how am I going to live my life? Oh no, stop it, just stop. It gets boring. Writing is a skill too. People tend to forget that because it is, we tend to write more than we can draw, but writing is a skill that some people haven't got. I'm not the best writer. I really am not. I've got a really good memory and I've got brilliant memory about stuff, and some things I get wrong. But hey, the sky is the limit until you reach the atmosphere. Then you go past the atmosphere, then you're into space. Then if you go further, you see the galaxy slowly pulling itself apart into oblivion, and then we all die into this big black hole and get sucked into this other world and ravaged. So yeah. Ah, sweet Night Wolf. I never knew that. See, everybody's got a skill. When people have chatted to me, say, "Oh, you're really intelligent." Okay, I'm not really that intelligent, but so some said, but intelligence is things. People got intelligence through what they can do, through mechanics, woodworkers, stonemasons. People who work with metals. These are all different types of intelligence. These are skills we've got of their hands. Flaky, they are really difficult to do. You need to have an enriched dough. You need to layer the butter without the butter melting. You need to roll, then fold, then keep on folding it. If I remember right, Nightwolf could tell me off if I'm wrong. And keep on folding it and folding it and folding it until you get all these layers. Then you need to bake it off. Need to prove it, then bake. I do know about croissants. Corner. Used to be like a assistant manager for a shop once, and I worked with a person who was a professor of 5 different things. Hey, Dagmar, good to see you. Hope you're well, my babe. So yeah, he was actual professor, and he was just stacking shelves in this shop. So intelligence doesn't. It does mean something, but it also doesn't. It's not defined in what job you do, or defined by your character. Is how you are. You know. But imagine being a professor just to stacking shelves. That's what he done. I had a look. I'd look at his CV. The person went, have a look at his CV, and I went, holy shit, is that it? He goes, yeah, really educated man. You know, yeah. It's like there's this guy on uh I was looking on X, and he's saying, "I can't get a job because I'm Muslim, and I've got like several degrees." It's fair enough. He is educated. He's got a BA, he's got a master's, and he's got a PhD. But these degrees are philosophy degrees. He's accomplished in the field of philosophy. How many jobs do you know who look for people in philosophy? You could be educated like that, but is it a skill that is needed out in the workforce? You know? Oh dear. Exactly. It can show you can write. Don't get me wrong. You need to write really well, but it doesn't mean there's only things you're going to be get doing is being a philosopher, and philosophers are only brilliant in ancient Greece. We don't need philosophy now. It's yeah, but okay. So let me put it to you. I'm doing a BA degree, honors degree in history. So there's a job going for like, let's say for a public PA, pays 35 grand a year. That'd be nice. So who would you go for? If I went for the job and that same guy went for the job, who would you give it to? Um, well, my degree at the moment, Liz, is costing me. Let me think. Let me think. Over 3,500 pound for a module. I'm taking two modules, so that'd be 7,000, 7,000, 14,000. I am paying over 20 odd thousand pound for my degree. Why are you having problems with bagels? Aren't they proved dough with then you boil them and bake them so they get that crunchy topping? I think what people are saying his degree is in Islamic culture. I think that's what his degree is. Which honestly, if you're living in the Western world, Islamic culture is not that best thing to have. The best thing to have maybe in the world, maybe in places that have, but the main basis of their law is Islam, but not over here. Ours is still Christian law. Yeah, but that's all depends. Liz, hold on. I'll go back to Dagmar and go to Liz. No matter what degree you really need for a job to so yeah, that is very true, Dagmar. That is very true. Um, yeah, there's a big chunk of chat. That all depends where you learn too. I mean, I'm taking mine from a credited but cheap place. I'm going for mine for Open University because haven't been to school since the age of 15. I left early at school. I never went. They could basically say I left school when I was in my fourth year. So my I didn't take any exams. I've got no exams under my belt whatsoever. It is, isn't it? The is degree philosophy degree in Islam is to get a, yeah, it's basically you paid yourself. You're basically almost a professor, but it's a very niche market for a workplace. Yeah, you have to be honest with yourself and work what you do. I mean, When the times when I've been out to work, I have scrubbed police stations, I've scrubbed police cells and scrubbed police toilets. I have cleaned aircraft at Heathrow just to get a bit of money. But now, when I'm older, now I've got a bit of ill health. I'm sorry, I've done. I've done that. I'm gonna let some. I'm gonna just government's giving me money. I'm gonna get the money from them. I'm not scrounging, nothing like that. This is all being credited for. Like I said, like I've told people here, I have got a bad heart. It is not due to my weight. I've got an aneurysm, and I don't know if it's stabilizing or not. And I am facing a major life-changing or life-threatening operation. Which way you look at it is like, is the pint half full? Is it half empty? That is what I'm looking at, and I'm on the verge of it happening. I've got to go. It's like I don't have. I'm not going to have it where I live. I've got to go to London to have it, have the operation. So I have done enough in my life. Yep. So I have done enough in my life at the moment to say, yes, I used to scrub toilets for money. I don't care. I don't need to do that anymore. Night Wolf, I can speak drunk. I can speak Glaswegian. I can speak English. I I can only speak English there, mate. I know a little bit of French, but not that brilliant. It's good to know a little bit of French when you're cooking, but anything else, no. I've got no idea about. So that is why I. That's why the thing. If I was younger, I'd be out looking for work. I would have done anything. Yeah, I think scrubbing out police cells and the toilets in the cell and the police stations are some of the worst ones I've done. The worst one I've done, yeah, Dagmar, no, no, they can't do nothing about this. It's gonna grow. I'm gonna need it. What they're gonna do is I've rigged this up so I'm at peace now with it. I wasn't at peace then. I actually went into like a meltdown, a breakdown. So what happened was, or what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna go there. They're gonna put me on life support machine. They're gonna crack me open. They're gonna stop my heart beating. They're gonna cut away the vein. They're gonna replace it with a bovine or plastic vein. Then hopefully start me back up again. That's what I'm facing. There's nothing anybody can do apart from this operation. So I know people try to think we can do really a lot, but that is what they can do for me. So either I'm looking at a brilliant start to another new life or not being here no more. So I've come to peace with that, I think. It's taken me a long while, but I think I've came to peace with that. Hey Sam, hey mate, how you doing? How's Sam? I hope you're well. Oh, thank you, Dan. But that's if I need the operation. They say I need the operation, but they don't know when. So it's regular checkups at the hospital. I'll go have They can't put me through the big machine anymore because I don't like that. That scares the hell out of me. So they put me through the smaller MRI scan thing, and I have that. And they put this injection into me. It fills me up with this liquid, so they can see what's happening. It makes you like you want to pee yourself too, and it makes you like you've eaten a hot curry. So yeah, I've got to go through that. I've got to go through those checkups, and also if I have any pains in my chest, I have to ring the ambulance up straight away. Again, I can't. thank all of you enough for all your kind comments. So thank you so much. It's taken me a long while to face this, when you hear something like that. When I went to the doctor, because my mate didn't really know much about it, and my mate's going, "Oh, so they do this all the time, Paul." I said, "Nothing. It's a nip and tuck." So I went to the doctor, and she told me, I said, "All right," and I went, "So, doc," bit cocky, like I said, "it's only a little operation, in it. Lots of people have this." She looked at me like I was stupid, and she said, "No, no, Paul, it is not. You need to go counselling before you have this operation." And I'm thinking, when I looked at the operation, I think, fuck counselling. What's counselling going to help me if I'm dead? That's going to make it all better for me, innit? But like I said, it's better to be truthful, and that is honestly what's happening. I've got an aneurysm, and I was it aortic aneurysm, and it is slowly getting bigger. So my only hope for stabilization or that operation. Hey, grumpy mate, how you doing? I hope you're well. Yeah, so there's also grief about that too. You wouldn't believe it. You grieve through your health. You need this operation, so you go and grieve. You feel like you've lost when you lost the ability to do something. You grieve about the ability to do that. You feel grief. You feel loss about it too, which is really strange. Hey, mate. Thank you very much, Geezer. Thank you very much, Amish. Oh, Return of the King. You're going to watch that, Nova? I love that movie. It's so good. I like the end. I like when you're near the end, and then when they go up and they say, "You don't bow to no one." She's seen Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Yes, physical health is very connected to mental health. I believe that. I believe that because if you're feeling really ill and you've got something wrong with you, it sinks you into a depression. It did me. That's fair enough, Liliana. You can do that. Okay, I'll put the link on. If people want to come up, there you go. You got the chance to. Links on there. But again, yeah, mental health is when I learned that all this had happened to me, I had a breakdown. I did. I started seeing snipers on roofs. I started seeing demons on drains. I still suffer from agoraphobia, from a bit of agoraphobia now. It still takes me a while to do stuff that I need to do. If I have to go outside, I have to plan it in my mind. So it does affect you. And Paul can't hit a baseball. Liliana, this is God's honest truth. I'm pretty good at baseball. So, joke's on you. I've played baseball. I've got a good pitch. So, yeah. If you hear that buzzing, that's my laptop. I keep on saying this. It is broken. It is knackered. Um, but the link is up there. If anybody else wants to come and chat, please do. I'm starting to run out of things to say. So a wing person. Can't say wingman. A wing person. Any woman or man? Yeah, woman or man. That'll get me think. That'll get all the people het up against me now too. I'll have a section of people. No, we're not doing that. So if anybody wants to come up and chat, there you go. The link is up there. Um, okay, Dagmar. I'll sing a happy tune. I won't sing the Smurf songs. I hate Smurfs. I just want to punch a Smurf. I'd do anything to punch a Smurf. They're blue and they're annoying. Yeah, I see Jeff's doing that a lot now with people and Mike. Um, Maybe Mike should own up to what he done, or has done. That's what I think should happen. You know? Yeah, yeah, it's dead. No, I got to. They're such annoying creatures. I really do. I just want to punch and give one of them a swift punch or kick in the Smurf balls. You'd be surprised what you'd be. I can play basketball too. I've played basketball. I played volleyball. Yeah, Gilgamesh. I'd kick him in the nads too. He deserves to be kicking the nads. Little Smurfs laughing and blah, blah, blah. He very much is soft. That is very true. Look. Oh. Sorry. Sorry. But yeah, but Liz, Liz. Some of the pictures that has been maybe just don't say that. Maybe just don't say anything when you're on that. Oh, Joey Waffles. Oh, darn. I'm not going to say anything about Joey Waffles. Just that me and him do not get on. And that is all people need to know about. The entitlement of that bloke is. But he can do what he wants. He can say what he wants. It doesn't bother me. Maybe, yeah, there'll be a little. Yeah, maybe he needs a kick in the Smurf balls too. Gilgamesh. No, it's not Gilgamesh. It's Galgamel. Gilgamesh is. Gilgamesh is from the Middle East, isn't it? Yeah, he can like do what he wants. He can say what he wants. He can do. He can say whatever he thinks. If that I'll leave him to it. Okay, so we do have a guest here. It's Dagmar. Hello, Dagmar.
Hey, good evening.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
We're just picking on Smurfs at the moment.
What did you do?
We're picking on Smurfs at the moment.
Ah, okay, Smurfs.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
they're from Belgium.
I know. We forgive you.
Stay away from the Smurfs.
No, I want to kick them right in the Smurf balls. If I find a
Do-
Smurf, I'm kicking them. Um, yeah, just having doing a live about grief and what's the best way to handle it. Then it went off to a tangent. Then it came back. Now it's gone off to a tangent again, as it
yeah,
usually does on here.
I was a bit worried about clicking the live because of the grief, because yeah, you know what
Yeah,
I have been going through these
yeah,
last few months. So I was like, but I came in, I was listening, I was like, okay, I can handle it.
yeah. It wasn't. It isn't anything doubt. It's just how people handle it in different ways. It's like a couple of days ago, one of my friends passed away, so I decided to sink a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just a way of me just letting things out. And I thought that'd be one of the best titles to use. And it did speak a bit about it, but now we're all agreeing that Smurf should get kicked in the balls.
And who's gonna be kicked first? Grumpy Smurf or
I don't care if I find a Smurf, I'm kicking it. Who gives a monkeys? Any Smurf. I made somebody cry. I had somebody that used to live here, used to be a really big Smurf fan, and I said, do you think Smurfette is having bukkake parties with the other Smurfs? And she went, no, no, they're not. And I went, she does, mate. She's the only female. She must be taking bukkake parties. She'd be taking up the
Yeah,
flipper. She's got to be. And he got a bit hurt about that.
it's the only explanation. There's one female Smurf, so yeah.
Exactly. One female Smurf. She's taking it always with them. One at a door every single hour. You know. Yeah, She's been ridden more times than the Big Dipper at Alton Towers. Or the other one is, yeah, I am Discord Nightwolf. Hold on, I'll post my personal one. If you give me a second.
Hello, everyone in the chat, by the way. I cannot see the chat. I don't know how to do it on my phone.
I'm doing mine from my laptop.
Yeah, on a laptop, it's easy, but on a phone, I don't know how to see the chat. So I never see the chat. I have a chat thing here, but I think that's just the back chat. Or
Yeah.
maybe I'm always afraid to push wrong buttons. Oh, I can see comments now.
Okay, that's cool. Nightwolf, yeah,
Smurf
may I have
porn.
to. There is actually Smurf. There is actually that type of
Oh,
adult
yeah.
movie about. I
I'm
upset
sure
Liz.
there is something for everyone.
Yes, the definitely is.
I don't
um,
want to. I don't want to know. Do we want to know? We don't want to know.
no,
Well,
no, you don't want to know. No, I'm not looking at the chat at the moment. Hold on. If there's my personal Discord there. So anyway, how you do, Dagmar? And how was your holiday from Croatia? Because I haven't spoken too
yeah,
much
it
about
was.
it.
It was really good. I was glad, and at first I didn't feel like going on vacation, but it was nice to yeah, to visit a country we never went to, and for some reason it triggered us. It's new. It's the people are so friendly. You can
Yeah.
see the horses.
Well,
Especially we also went to Bosnia Herzegovina, and
yeah.
now we are yeah, we are looking to have a vacation over there
Again,
for 2 weeks next year. But like
no.
2 weeks in Bosnia, we just
What is amazing about those two countries? They were ravaged by war in the 90s.
he's a bit too far. Yeah, it was. We went to Mostar. I think you know
Hmm.
that little place where they bombed all the bridges.
Yeah.
And for people who doesn't know, the war in Bosnia and Serbia
Serbia,
was,
Bosnia, Serbia, and Croatia.
yeah, it was against Muslim. So they treated Muslim people like Hitler did Jewish people back
Yeah,
in
it was
the day.
really
Yeah,
terrible.
it was horrible, and you can still see a lot of buildings with the shooting holes, the bombs. Yeah, it was hard sometimes, but also the cool thing is that people are so glad that they see tourists visiting them again, and
Mm,
it's almost 30 years ago, so they still haven't seen many tourists over there. Everyone is afraid, and even now with the war in Ukraine and Russia going on, people are backing off again
yeah,
because
they are.
they are
They're
like,
frightened,
oh,
frightened of seeing it
yeah,
again.
it's a bit
I've got to say,
close.
guys, sorry, Dagmar, I've got to
No,
say, the Yugoslav Civil War wasn't about Russia. Russia was not directly involved.
no,
It was Serbia. It was
yeah, and it
Serbian
was
control.
Yeah, and it was about Catholics and Muslims. And
Yeah,
these people also got into trucks, going to camps, whatever. They got starved. It was horrible. It was just horrible. Yeah. And
Yeah.
why? Why? Because big politicians didn't agree. That's the only thing, right? It's always like that.
Yeah.
And
It's
yeah,
it
and
makes
people suffer.
it makes you laugh is all these politicians that declare war, say that okay, so they declare war, and it's not them that get affected. It is the people that get affected by it.
It
It's the
is,
people that
yeah.
die. It's not the world leaders.
No, they just don't like each other and they start a war and the people
Yeah,
suffer. And it's always like that.
it is. I mean,
Yeah,
look at
but
Belgium. Belgium, in years back, they had twice it happened to them.
yeah, same. But that's so long ago. Like that war in Serbia, like Croatia,
Mm.
Bosnia, now Montenegro, all these countries over there. That was in the 90s. I was a teenager when that happened. So
Yeah,
it
same
kind
here.
of, yeah, it's still fresh, some kind of fresh in our minds. And that lady, we took a guide who
Mhm.
showed us around and told us about the city and what happened over there. She was my age. She was 45.
Do you remember Sarajevo?
Yeah,
Do you remember when the UN turned up in Sarajevo?
yeah.
I actually
That,
spoke to the bloke that was turned up, and they weren't supposed to be there. They
oh,
turned up
really?
by accident. Yeah.
And was that not that Srebrenica little village over there? I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know what the thing was, but there's like a little village that was really like 90% of the males were just killed. They killed them all. It
Yeah,
was, yeah, it's horrible. It was,
it is.
ugh,
They had was it Sniper Alley in Sarajevo,
yeah,
and they'd wait for the people to go up this alleyway, and you just see people running and just hear
it was
sniping shots.
horrible. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, we were teenagers over here, so we saw
Mm.
it on the news, but we really didn't pay attention to it. We
No,
were teenagers. We were going out, we were having fun. Okay, there was a war somewhere here in Europe, but now
yeah,
visiting it, it
I was
it's kind of, yeah,
I
triggered
was too
us to
busy.
go.
Yeah, I was too busy with the girlfriend to
Yeah,
worry
it
about
really
it
was. Yeah, it was.
because it wasn't directly involving us. So we were just
No,
doing what
yeah,
we do and going out, and then you hear people that were 16, 17 running off and go to Yugoslavia, and they end up passing away because they're not
yeah,
experienced. You know.
exactly. But yeah, we spent it like 4 days over there in Bosnia Herzegovina before going back to Croatia, and
Okay.
it was not touristic at all. Beautiful. They have mountains. It's so beautiful over there, and the people are really friendly and happy to see tourists.
Yeah,
So
of
we
course.
are going. Okay, let's go back next year. We start in Sarajevo, and then we do a tour. We
It's
rent a
good.
car and we
Yeah.
drive for
It's good
two
because you're
weeks.
Belgium. People love Belgians too because you haven't hurt
Yeah,
anybody in the past.
that's true. They don't really like because we were asked a few times, "Are you from Germany?" No, from Belgium. Ah, okay. So that they don't really like Germans. I'm sorry to
No,
say it, but
no, no.
yeah,
It's not that. I understand that. If you look at Britain, some people don't like British or they don't like English. They say Scottish are okay, Irish are good thing, but they just don't. Generally, some
yeah.
countries just don't like us because of the history behind it.
I think it is
Mm.
most of that. Yeah, I think that's the main point. It's the history.
It
Often,
is.
yeah, we as Belgians, we sound like German. Our language is a bit the same. So we had the questions a few times. They said, no, Belgium. Ah, okay, yeah, then it was okay. I don't know what would happen if we say, yeah, we are from Germany. I
Oh,
don't
they'll
know.
just look at you and go, yeah, and then probably spit in your drink.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't. On the other hand, we saw a lot of German cars driving over there, so a lot of German people.
Okay. Yeah, you would because it's hold on, doing something for Nightwolf. What has he done? Okay.
What is Night
Um,
Wolf doing?
yep. Okay, so Nightwolf, do us a favour. I'm not asking you to jump up on here and chat in, but jump on the backstage. Give me your Discord, and I'll add you that way. I can't really do much because I'm chatting here at the moment. Yeah. So, and plus, if you say you're German, people think you're friendly one moment, and then suddenly you own the country.
Yeah.
There's an old British comedian called Jasper Carrot, and he's a really famous comedian. He's not so doesn't do so much now, but he's still alive, and he was big in the 70s and 80s. And he said in the 70s it was very popular to wear a German helmet as a crash helmet, and him and his mate went mopeding around Europe.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
he said to his mate, well, he used to wear this German crash helmet, and he wore this big overcoat. The joke was they were driving along the French small French roads out from nowhere, and all they seen was this German helmet, a big overcoat, and the entire French village surrendered to him.
Oh wow. Yeah. But imagine, you know, we went. Oh, it's already a few years ago. We went to Italy, and it was in a little village, and there was like something going on. A lot of people were
Yeah,
on the street, having flags, whatever. And we were like, oh, there's something happening over here. And when they got closer, it's like, oh my God, they all have like these swastika flags.
yeah,
They are just with a whole bunch of people walking in the streets, and nobody is like, here it's forbidden. You cannot
yeah.
walk around with a
I
swastika
know, and
flag.
it's not burned. It's not it's forbidden in Germany. So I've got Nightwolf. I'm going to add him on. If he wants to jump back off, he can do that.
You can come on, Night Wolf.
Okay, so I've got it there. But you'll
Yeah,
have to
that
go
was.
to Smitty. Okay, I'm on. Do you know what, Nightwolf? I will message you on Smitty's panel. Oh no, it's Smitty's Discord because I'm on there too.
Yes, I know you are.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to stay here, you can. If you want to jump off, go to Smitty. That'd be You can do that,
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
mate.
I know
Speedy
my
go
mic
live.
does not work the best, so yeah, I will pop back off. It is a pleasure to meet you, actually be on your panel, sir.
Yeah,
Good to
of
see
course,
you,
mate.
Night
Pleasure
Wolf.
seeing you here too, mate.
All right.
You know, good.
See you
Thanks a lot,
later.
geezer. That's easier, like, mate. Yeah, but yeah, I'm actually thinking of getting because I've never been abroad in my life.
Oh, you
So
never been?
no, I have not. No, I want to
Yeah,
visit I want to visit the battlefields.
yeah. You should come to Belgium and
Yeah,
Yper. Yeah, we have a lot of Belgium
I know.
everywhere
Maybe I'll see
actually.
that bloody Smurf and punch him.
Yeah,
Smurf.
but please not on the battlefield. Don't do it over there.
I've got to create a battle. Once I punch a Smurf, I'm going straight through the village. No, but I'd really have to go to visit the battlefields, and also got to visit a grave. I found
You
out
know,
that there's a in the there was it the Pas de Calais. I think it's a Pas de Calais or the ones in Paris, one near Paris, one of the big World War One cemeteries. I've got a relative lying there,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
so I've got to put
Yeah,
some.
the thing now is that we need a passport to visit each other's
Mm.
countries
Well,
nowadays.
we did
So
need a
that's
passport anyway. Britain did. Doesn't
did
matter.
you?
We had freedom. Yeah, we needed a passport. You don't need it so much in Europe, but for Britain, before we left Europe, we still needed that passport to get to France.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we still needed that.
Yeah, and it's really expensive if you ask me.
It
If
is.
you're just going for one trip, it's expensive. If
Yeah,
you're
it's good.
yeah.
I think to get a British passport is about 100 to £120.
Yeah, same here. Ah, Fen, what are they?
Bit
What
ridiculous.
is
But I
I'm
have got a
sorry.
plan where I can do it without no money. It's a bit of a long
Fen,
shot, but if I create regicide and take over the throne and declare myself king, of the United Kingdom and of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, I do not need a passport. If I do that, I don't need a passport.
That would be awesome. Yeah, but that's the difference with you and me. For me, it's easier to visit all the other countries at the moment.
It is,
Although there
but
are, yeah, voices are saying that it would be better to get the borders up again.
do you know what? I think it would be better in the long run. Maybe Joey Waffles is a Belgian. Oh, I don't.
Why is Joey Waffles here?
No, he doesn't come here.
Ah, okay. I like Joey
I,
Waffles.
I don't entertain him.
Ah, okay. I like him,
Yeah, I'm
but
not going
that
to say
doesn't
nothing.
matter.
Yeah, I'm not going to say
That
nothing about him on here. I just don't want
that
him here.
doesn't matter. Yeah. But yeah, it's more easy for us to visit more countries than you guys. Yeah, we just
Yeah.
take a plane or take our car and take off and see wherever we land.
I can visit Scotland. I could visit Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland.
Didn't you go on a Scotland trip not so long ago?
I did go on a Scotland trip not so long ago, but that was for a funeral.
Oh yeah, no, that's not a cool trip to do.
No, that's not a cool trip. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
in the next year because it's so expensive to do.
yeah.
I have actually got no, well, I actually had an aunt who's well, great aunt that lived in Toronto.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I've got like cousins out in Toronto.
It would be cool to just visit whatever country in the world.
You know
I,
what?
I yeah,
If this channel takes off, what I'd like to do. This is what I'd like to do. If I
yeah.
have had the money coming in, I'd like to visit the different members of families in the different countries that are that they're living in.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Because I've got Australia, New Zealand, maybe South Africa, US, definitely so many places in the US. Um, I can visit Rhode Island, Connecticut, Philadelphia. So I've got all these places that I can go to. You
I
know?
don't have, yeah, I don't think I have relatives in the United States. I never looked into it, if I'm
Well,
being honest. I
yeah,
never looked into it.
I've done mine through Ancestry.com and also done a friend's one. And the friend one turned to be quite difficult because some of her family came from Germany.
Oh,
And what happened was her great granddad was supposed to have went to America, but he didn't. He stopped off in Manchester, England, there and stayed in England.
oh, wow.
Yeah, so she's got family in Texas, and while our grandfather stayed in more in Manchester.
But he was supposed to go, and that was also with the war or something like that.
No, no, before the war, before.
Oh, when everybody, yeah, started
Yeah,
to go overseas. Yeah,
yeah, but just mass migration into
yeah,
the new world, into because the industrial revolution,
yeah,
US has become an industrial power. Blah blah. It's like Mike Sarone's family came to the US.
yeah. Oh my God.
He forgets
I
that
would,
he was just he was shouting one day, "We beat you in the War of Independence," and no, your family is too busy tending fields in wherever you say they came from.
I'm so sorry. I cannot stand his, nothing against him in person, but just him talking about being from Sicily, eating spaghetti meatballs. I'm like, nowhere in Italy you can order a spaghetti meatballs. That's an American thing. That's like what the Italian Americans
I'm not.
invented. Things like that. I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh,
I'm.
that other thing, chicken parmesan. They don't eat. You cannot
Oh,
order
they
a
don't
chicken
eat that.
parmesan.
They don't eat
No.
chicken Alfredo neither.
No, that's an American thing, and
Yes.
it's cool, but just be proud of it. Be proud of being
Yeah.
an
I
Italian
have
American.
I have actually seen spaghetti and meatballs in an Italian recipe, but it's not the meatballs as we know it or as the US knows it. It is smaller, like little, just little balls, not the big balls,
Yeah,
just little balls mixed in with the ragu, then the pasta.
I never
Yeah,
saw it before. I have to admit, I never saw spaghetti meatballs
yeah,
ever
yeah. That's the way
in
they do it in
Italy
Italy. It's not
or
like
even in Europe. Yeah,
big dollop balls, you know. Maybe it's Smurf balls. That's what they need. That's what they do.
yeah, you have to kick him out. But
Yeah,
no, it's just more like be proud of who you are, where you live. You're an
yeah,
Italian American. Be
exactly.
proud of that. Don't
And
try to be a Sicilian mob.
we're from Europe, right? Now, our heritage, and everybody knows this in Europe, is mixed, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
We don't say we're German Belgium. We say or you're Belgium. I don't say I'm German Brit. We say we're British.
yeah. You say I'm living in Belgium, so I'm Belgian.
Got to
That's
say
it.
hello to Bart. Hey Bart, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Yeah,
Hey Bart.
we say we're from or we're European because Europe is a
Yeah,
continent.
yeah.
Covers
You're
most
from
areas.
Europe,
Yep,
and
I can
then you
say
say the country where you live in.
I could say I'm English, I'm Scottish, or I'm British.
Yeah,
I've got Irish heritage, but I can't say I'm Irish because I wasn't born in Ireland. My parents weren't born in Ireland. My grandparents weren't born in Ireland. But if I was in America, I'd be saying I'm Irish American.
yeah. For some reason, I don't know where
Yeah,
I would be put in, but don't know if a lot of Belgians went to America. I don't know. I don't think so. Never heard an American say I'm from Belgium. Americans, I'm not pointing to
American
anyone,
Flemish.
but they don't even know where Belgium is on the map. They know Brussels.
I was watching this thing. I was watching. You're gonna laugh at this. I was watching this thing where it says, "Name me 5 countries in Africa," and one woman, American woman, said Wakanda.
Oh my God, but that's a movie.
Yeah. Or name me a country in Africa. Africa.
Oh my God, but yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh,
And it's not. We also, it's not typical American. We also have. Oh my God, trust me, we have also a lot of stupid people walking around here that don't know even the name of the city next to them. But
I just
yeah, I don't know.
we've also I've had also people over here. They say, "Oh, was it Scottish?" Yeah. So was Scotland in England?
Uh, since when? Yeah, of course. But Fen, wacht eens. I see
Yeah.
people.
Or so you're Irish? Yeah. So you're from Britain then?
Yeah, yeah. It's difficult. I actually can say it's a bit difficult with the United Kingdom, England, whatever. It's a bit difficult. I can understand that one,
Yeah.
but
No, because people go, well, England fought in the Second World War. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You're forgetting Scottish. You're forgetting Northern Irish, and you're
not
forgetting the
so.
Welsh.
There's a dog passing by,
Yeah.
so I have to keep mine.
Okay.
Ven wachten. Ja,
Yeah. Same here
dat is
too.
een ruitje.
Up
Dat is een
up
ruitje.
here.
Want dat is een lieve hoor, maar hij is heel. Het is- ah ja, het is. Wat kan ik het?
Oh, looking at the doggies, guys.
Het is veel. Het is een lief, maar het is een vrij wel. Ja. Sven, Sven, allez, stop met springen. Dat is een vreemde.
vrouwelijke, hè?
Ja.
Dat is altijd ongelooflijk.
There is that too, Nightwolf. There is that.
Ja.
Dat is goed volk, hè?
It is a happy wee dog.
Direct. Maar pas op met zijn been, want
Ja, gaat u heen. Ja. Ja, dat is een Finn.
Knappert.
Maar er zijn hier niet veel vriendelijke hondjes, eerlijk gezegd. Dat is, zo, het is altijd een beetje Oei. Het is altijd een beetje...
eigenlijk bijna nooit
Is het echt? Ah ja, wat?
Ja.
Maar wij wonen hier aan de andere kant van het wachtbekken. Dus dat is zo, ja. Eigenlijk,
Zullen ze los doen?
ik kan hem even loslaten. Wacht.
Okay, so Dagmar's put itself in mute. French, please. Liliana, you're the master of languages here. I think what Dagmar is speaking is probably Flemish. You know, then they are beautiful dogs, aren't they? Look at that one, the lighter colour one. No, not Dagmar's, but the other lighter colour one looks so happy. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Hebrew, how you doing, mate? Glad to see you here. Don't you like just seeing a happy dog? It just makes you feel a bit happier, doesn't it? When you see a dog there all happy and cheerful and playful. That's good to hear. Yeah, good. Happy to see you here, mate. Happy to see you here. I hope you're well. Belgian Malinois. Is it a Belgian Malinois? Because my mum had a Belgian Malinois, and Dagmar's is a chocolate Labrador. It does look like a Belgian, doesn't it? My mum had a Belgian Malinois called Sapphire, and you put a biscuit on that dog's nose, and he'll just look at it until it went all cross-eyed. Then you say, "Get it," and then she'll throw it up in the air and just catch it. They're intelligent dogs. When we had it as like a young, an older child into teenagers, and if we're out playing in the garden, and the dog thought we were being too boisterous, it would round us up and give us a little nip. You know. Je parlais de François. Should speak French. I've got to speak French. You speak French. That's what I'm getting for that. I've only know school French. Yeah, because they're intelligent dogs. They're fiercely loyal, and they are strong. They're, I think they were bred for fighting tigers. I know it sounds strange because they're Belgian Malinois, but Belgium, the Congo was big cats or something. I can't remember. They're bred for fighting for bigger animals anyway. Parlez-vous le français, selon? No, selon no parlez-vous le français. Click the like button. Thank you, Liliana. Yeah. Okay. Dagmar's froze. So there you go. And she's still speaking away. So this has turned into a conversation about dogs now and French. So in Canada, do they teach you English and French, and you've got to learn both of them? Sarona will be in panel in few. Not this panel, I tell you that, mate. Should I live stream my music show later? Maybe, maybe. I've got to go close this down soon anyway because I'm gonna cook dinner. I promised to make a Spanish rice, so I've got like some chorizo, some prawns, some chicken. I've got the paella rice. I'll put some peppers and I'm gonna put some peas in there too with some onions and a bit of garlic. Yeah, and I'll put a bit of paprika in there as well because you can't beat a bit of paprika, can you? British lose again. The British never lost. It was a tactical withdrawal from the Americas. We had the fortune to see what it would turn up like. We had visions of Mike Cerrone and thought, we don't need that, mate. That's yours. That is your problem. We'll leave it. Yeah, no, Quebec is where they speak French. I know that. But I'm thinking, is in Canada, do they make you force you to learn a second language? Is it easier to learn a second language in Canada? Because it was part French too at one point. Is he here? No, I can't see Sarone. Hmm. I'll play the real me for Sarone. Oh no, no, oh dear. Okay, yeah. So it's, you got to dedicate it to Nova. She's a little honey. She is. She's a proper darling. So yeah, why not? Um, I'm not too sure if it's a drumming track though, but she probably would love Half the World Away. I agree. Oh, M. Corder, you wouldn't believe this. I don't know if you're there that one day. He started talking to me about football hooligans and he started talking about a movie. And then I went, mate, this is real life we're talking about, not Hollywood. If you ever came on to, like, if you ever seen these people in real life, trust me, I'm a big guy. I wouldn't even mess around with the smallest one. These guys would tear you up and spit you out. I have been in pubs where I've just seen stuff that you just walk out of because they're the football pubs. So no, he would not last as a football hooligan. They would chew him up and spit him out, then chew him up again. Oh God, I can imagine him in Glasgow. I really couldn't. I remember taking a South African to a pub in Glasgow, and it scared the hell out of him. He even told people not to go back to Glasgow with me if everybody wants to go. He just did not like it there. He was scared. Hey, Dagmar.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. So, Dagmar, I've got to ask a question.
Yeah,
What is your main language?
Dutch.
Dutch, okay. Because I know you got Dutch and you got Flemish, haven't you?
About yeah, Dutch is Flemish is actually a bit of a how do you say that? Dutch is the same as Flemish, just
Okay.
a bit of a how do you say that? And
Complicated?
a what?
Complicated language?
No, it's not complicated. It's like more of
Slang?
it's a slang. Yeah, slang is more like a dialect,
Yeah.
a sort of a dialect. It's Dutch. Our main language is Dutch. So when we go to school, we learn Dutch. We just have a different, it's the same language. We just have a different way of speaking it out. I don't know how to explain it, but we
No, no, no.
understand it.
Okay, so I know what you mean. Because in Scotland, you've got, and some places in Northern Ireland, they'll speak Gaelic.
Gaelic, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but it is a recognized language, but it is not a widely used language,
Yeah. Well,
if that
Flemish,
makes any sense.
yeah, Flemish is it's the same. I think it's just like a dialect of the Dutch a little bit.
Hmm.
It's yeah, but it's the same words. It's the same. But I don't know. You can hear the difference between people from the Netherlands speaking Dutch and people from Belgium speaking
Well,
Dutch. They just
you can, yeah,
pronounce it a little bit different.
you can also hear the difference between American English and English English.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, it really is.
And
They,
it's the
t-
same
they,
language.
it's the same language. We use the word basil and they use the word basil.
Yeah,
We,
but you can understand it. So
yeah,
it's the same with yeah, it's the same with us and the people from the Netherlands. It's the same. We can understand each other very well, but we just pronounce it a little bit different. Some
hmm.
words.
It's also like somebody told me about French. If you can speak French, you can understand a little bit of Spanish because they
Fen,
tend to use French words too, don't they, in Spain? Or French sounding words.
I don't know what he's eating. Yeah, but and the same with so in Belgium, as you know, we have two languages that we speak here,
Hmm.
Dutch and French. And our French is different from the French they speak in France. So,
Yeah.
but they understand each other as well. It's like, yeah, a dialect kind of thing.
And even English. English contains German, Viking, and French words.
Yeah, true. Even if, who was it? I was on, yeah, even if you watch movies, series like Sweden,
Hmm.
we understand Swedish very well. Excuse me for pronouncing
The
it.
I've got to say, Dagmar, the only Swedish movies I've ever watched in my life is some of the movies you can't say on here because I'd probably get taken off of YouTube.
Did you never watch The Bridge? That's a series. That's okay to say. But yeah, you can
No.
understand. We can understand Swedish pretty well. For some reason, they use a lot of English and Dutch words, and they mix it, and then they have some. Yeah,
The only like German thing I've ever watched or Swedish thing I ever watched involved a milk bottle and some ham and a couple of glasses and two women.
as long as Mike Cerrone wasn't in it, it's okay.
I didn't know Mike Cerrone then, so it would have been okay. But now, if I knew Mike Cerrone then, I would have went, oh, just no, 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 no. Need to go to a monastery. Need to pray to Jesus. I've done it now.
No, yeah, but I hear you. It's
Yeah,
no, but a lot of languages are just similar a little
yeah.
bit for some. Yeah, and we can understand each other very well. Even German, we can. Yeah, we also have our third language German over here in Belgium, but we don't speak it that often because It's like a really, really tiny part.
Yeah,
But
to
we
be
can
honest,
understand it really well.
and there's still a bit of ill feeling in Europe towards the Germans. We understand.
Yeah.
We still sing. We'll still sing. Was it? What's that song? Well, the English fans don't. Okay. Let me get this football song.
A football song?
Yeah, it's evolving about. Okay, so 10 German bombers. England fans sing 10 German bombers in the air.
Oh my God.
Let me see the lyrics for this. It's what the England fans sing to the Germans. It's 10 German. What was it? There were 10 German bombers in the air. There were 10 German bombers, 10 German bombers, 10 German bombers in the air. Then the RAF from England shot one down. Then the
Oh my
RAF from England shot them down. Then the RAF from England, RAF from England, RAF from England shot one down. And there were 9 German bombers in the air.
God. Oh yeah, I know these kind of songs.
Yeah.
They were horrible. Yeah.
And also the other one was I won't say his name, but he had only one ball, and the other was in the Albert Hall, and his mother was a dirty, and she only cut it off when he was only 4.
Yeah, I don't know. Here in Europe, we can handle that kind of jokes. But
Always
a
my
lot of
mum told
people
me
get
this.
offended.
Yeah, this is what one of our uncles used to say, and he used to sing, "Holy Mary, I am dying." Just one
Yeah.
more day before I go. If you see a German soldier, stick a bayonet up his Holy Mary, I am dying.
What is I'm going to say 99 bottles of Germans on the wall. Yeah, that could be as
we tend to rely on the war for a humour sometimes.
yeah,
But it's the only
especially
educated.
we can always laugh at the Germans. They
Yeah,
don't care anymore. They are used to
no,
it.
yeah, they do like that one when you had what's his name 40 Towers. Have you seen that?
No.
You got to Google 40 Towers, and you got to Google the German episode.
Ah, I
And he
will.
gets yeah, he gets a head injury. This guy, and he has German tourists come and visit his hotel, stay at his hotel. And he starts saying off. He said, "Yes, we've got this. We've got the Herman Goebbels, the the Gorins," and they went,
Oh my
"We stop
God.
saying. You stop talking about the war." This guy's getting right. He goes, "We don't want nothing to do with it. We didn't start this conversation." He goes, "Yes, you did, because you invaded Poland." And he was doing the funny walk. I can't say what it is on here, but he's doing the funny walk, and he was doing the salute too.
Yeah. But you know what? We know a few German people. We can all laugh with it at the moment. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can all laugh
give it
with
a
it.
laugh.
It's
We
you have
can.
to laugh with it. It's not funny. It's not
No,
funny,
because you got
and
to
we
remember,
have to
it,
acknowledge that it was
yeah,
there, and
it
it's
was
not
there.
okay.
Hmm.
But we have to laugh with it as well. It's yeah,
Yeah, and we've got to acknowledge that it was a tragedy for Germany too, because there
yeah,
was lots of Germans who didn't want to be involved in that. But again, I've studied this, I've looked into it, and it was terrifying how they came into power.
true.
You know,
Yeah,
it really was. How they came, if people don't know how he came into power, have a look, study, and it just was not all about that one night. It was a slow process of taking every single apartment, every single club, every
yeah,
single position of power they put themselves into.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was.
What people forget also is it was a horrible time for people. He got Germany working again. He got Germany. It made them into a superpower.
Yeah, yeah. Remember the highways? Remember
Yes,
the cars, Volkswagen, the cars,
yeah.
the highways.
The jets we
Yeah.
use now, the jets
Hmm.
designs. The rockets we use
Yeah,
now. Go think that was all to do with that their technology.
yeah, yeah. And as horrible as it was, yeah, it did brought another.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
it's
it's
what they've done. Is the US and Britain and Russia. They separated what they needed and took things off them. You know,
yeah,
and said this is what
true.
we need. So I've got to say, hey,
Well,
Miss Thing, how you doing? Hope you're well, my babe. Thank you.
hey, Miss Thing, good to see you.
You bet
I
the
just
virgin.
arrived at home. I'm sorry that I muted a few
Oh,
these
no,
people. Yeah,
you don't need to be apologized, but
they were like
yeah,
glad to see a dog that was friendly towards their dog. So
was that a
yeah,
Belgian Malinois there had the
it was a mix with a Belgian Malinois. Yeah,
because my mum had a full bred Belgian Malinois.
yeah, it was a little mix. It also was a rescue, and they said not a lot of dogs really liked her, but Finn, he doesn't care. He just
Yeah,
likes everything and everyone and every dog. He's
that's
yeah,
cool. Well, I'm
yeah,
going to shut this down in a minute anyway now because I've got to
yeah.
cook. I'm going to cook a Spanish rice. I can't call it paella
Oh,
because it's got
nice.
chorizo. You're not supposed when you do this dish. When you do paella, you're not supposed to put chorizo sausage in it.
Ah, no, you have to use I
I've
don't know,
got prawns, chicken.
Kambas? Yeah, prawns, mussels, chicken,
Oh, I can't afford the mussels
even
or anything like
rabbit.
that. So it's just prawns, chicken, and chorizo sausage. I'm going to put a little mixed veggies. I can put some peas in there, and I'll put some peppers too.
Oh yeah, nice. Sounds nice.
Yeah,
What's the
it should
time?
be.
Oh, it's 6. It's not even 6:30 for you.
Yeah,
It,
so it's the right time to cooking it.
yeah. I'm gonna sit down and relax a bit, maybe catch a
I
live
bet.
here and there, or just maybe watch some TV. I will see. Have to go
Yeah,
to
to be
work
fair.
tomorrow, so have
Ah,
to get
okay.
up.
Oh, the dreaded work.
Yeah. Well, if we want to do something nice, we have to go and work for it.
We do. I mean, I've got to. I think tomorrow I'm going to sit down. I'm going to study. I've got a whole chapter to study. I've got to write a 600 word essay, or a 600 word essay in that one, and I've got to do another chapter which I've got to now write another 600 word essay on.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking forward to doing that. And
Okay.
also, I've got to write a script for my new video. I'll be coming
Ah,
out
cool.
soon.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
So
it was really nice. I finally catched a live with you, and I finally was on panel with you.
thank you very much, Emma, babe. It's been a pleasure having you here. Really
Yeah.
has.
Take care,
You too.
everybody.
Right. See you
Take care,
later, guys.
everybody in the chat
Thank
as
you.
well. Always good to be here. Thank you, Paul.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being here too.
Here.
Too.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye.